A milestone for Microsoft just hours ago, the new Windows operating system, Windows 8, hit the market.
And the muscle man of technology is here,
of course,
to explain what it all means and how it works.
So geeked up over this, we're going to be talking with him and his toys in the coming hour.
It's a nice screen.
It is a nice screen. Muscle man of technology and Windows 8.
Yeah, it's out, and so Bruce is going to talk to us about what it means if you already have it, how much it's going to cost, and of course he's going to show off some of the best parts.
I'm not very techy, but the tech guy is here. Bruce Peckman, get over here.
How are you today?
I need to go like this, right? The muscle man of technology.
Look, how's it looking? And I've never been to gym in a day in my life.
You always have to bring the gun show, don't you?
Oh, come on.
Always.
Well, today is a big day. It's Windows 8.
And I'm so glad that you're here because I don't know much about this, but from what I understand, you're going to teach us, teach the viewers all about everything.
We're going to give you a basic overview of what Windows 8 is about. And you're a regular Windows user, right, Brandy?
Yes,
so
I'm
you're
a PC
used
girl.
you're used to Windows 7 and the traditional ways Windows works with the start menu and all that.
Yes.
Well, now we have a start screen. Let's take a look at Windows 8.
Okay,
Let's
should
go
I be
around
nervous?
the table.
This is brand new or no? This is going to be easy.
It's going to be easy, and this is one of the apps I have up is a weather app. And this, by the way, is the Planar 27-inch Helium multi-touch display, because if you really want to take advantage of Windows, you can use a mouse, but the touch display is nice. Here is a weather app. Now, you notice when I swipe through, here's my hourly forecast, and I could also take a look at my maps. And watch this, I can go and I can see everything from precipitation, Doppler, I can see historical weather, and I could see the record highs and lows.
It seems like Leslie needs one of these, huh?
So it's really nice. Now you swipe. Now watch, if I want to actually go and get into this, this is called the charms bar, and you swipe inward to get there. So here's, I was talking about, this is where we start, and this is what we call the start screen. And don't get confused, because these tiles are what we call live tiles. And if you notice, some of these tiles are updating automatically. Like, let's take a look at what's going on with stocks.
Now, is this just for this PC, or this is what the new Windows has to offer?
This is the new Windows 8.
Okay.
And you get these apps from Microsoft's App Store, which I'm going to show you momentarily.
Okay.
Let's go back to the start screen, and you notice that it says Store, the little shopping bag, and that's the new Windows icon. So when we click the store...
I would use that one all the time.
Well, this is the new Windows 8, and you'll notice that it's categorized. So all the latest breaking apps for Windows 8 will be right here on the spotlight. New York Times just came out yesterday. We now have Netflix and Skype, but this is a Toshiba notebook. This is the 955 satellite that I'm using it with. So Toshiba has their own little picks for this particular laptop.
Now, Bruce, what happens if we don't have a touch screen?
That's okay. For example, here you could see my mouse, and what I do is, if you notice, I'm going to put it in the upper left-hand side, and I can still bring that same charms down. So, for example, if I want to go to settings, I can click it here.
Okay.
People always say, how do you shut the thing off? Here's your power settings right here if you need to do that. Likewise, I can come up here, and you'll notice that it turns into this little square, and I could see all my previous apps by clicking right here.
Oh, wow, that's
See
easy.
that? Now watch, with the finger it's a little easier to do because I could swipe, and these are all the things that we were looking at prior to. We were looking at the finances, and then before that we can come over here and we'll swipe through. We were at the store, and before that we were looking at the weather, and so you can keep going back and forth, back and forth. So it's kind of fun.
Amazing. Look at these pictures. It's amazing how clear they are.
Right.
It's incredible.
And you know, remember, you also have tablets which you can use this on, or regular Windows. So right now we have the Toshiba laptop that's running Windows 8. And folks, if you ever get stuck, you can either just hit the start screen on the keyboard right here, or if you're using a touch monitor or a touch interface, you could swipe from left to right here.
So it's almost like a search engine that holds all of these different types and categories in one thing.
Exactly. Well, what you have here is basically kind of like if you're used to the iPad, this is a different way. And again, these are called tiles. And the tiles have three types, where we have live tiles, and then we have large tiles and small ones. But by manipulating and pulling down from the top and bottom, we can make this do different types of things. So
now the Netflix, the Skype, things like that that we sell, does all of that need to be downloaded, or that already comes with Windows?
some of them come pre-installed.
Okay.
In fact, most of the stuff you see here came with this Toshiba Satellite 955, which is one of the new Windows 8 laptops.
Okay.
So basically what you're going to see is a grouping, but you can put it whatever you want on your start menu, and you could actually categorize these. Now watch this, Brandy. If I shrink this down, you can actually change the categories and groups that you're working with as well. So
to prioritize the ones that you use more often.
Right, there is a little bit of a learning curve when you're using this, and that's the thing. If you're in a business environment, you're probably going to have a little bit of impaired productivity until you get up to speed with Windows 8. But you know, the Microsoft Store is right here in Fashion Valley. That's the best place to get hands-on and get in there and look. Even now, Microsoft has their own branded tablet called the Surface RT. So you can actually go in there, it's $4.99, and you can test drive it for your own and ask the guys questions.
And if you're lucky enough, maybe Bruce Peckman will come by your house and give you a private tutorial, right, Bruce?
Yeah, it's very nice. You just have to get used to it a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're going to come back in the next hour, and I'm going to show you some of the new accessories and hardware to get you more acclimated to it.
Now, I have a couple questions real quick. You're saying this is a new Toshiba. How new do the computers have to be to get the Windows 8 on there?
Basically, starting today, the launch date, anything you buy, and this, look how nice this is. This is a beautiful little Toshiba laptop. But anything that you buy today is going to have Windows 8 on it.
Any idea how much something like this runs for?
Yeah, these start at about $649 to $749, depending how they're configured.
Yeah.
And remember, when it comes to these things, the configuration is going to determine your price. How much RAM? Are you getting the 3rd generation Core i7, or are you using a Core i5? So you have how many outputs? You have HDMI out.
I don't understand anything you just said.
No, it's okay. But when you go into the store, like the Microsoft Store or Best Buy, they'll explain it to you.
The dummies version, right?
Right.
The Microsoft for dummies. Hey, really quick, new iPad Mini. What's your
Isn't
thoughts?
that really nice?
You like it?
I like the iPad Mini because you can hold it in one hand.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Apple basically refreshed their whole line on Tuesday. So their new iMac is amazing. You have to see it. It's super
Good stuff,
thin.
Bruce. Always a pleasure. But you're coming back in the next segment with more about Windows 8. You guys keep it here for more on Good Morning San Diego.